What's up, y'all? In this video, we're going to be talking about Black Desert Online versus World of Warcraft. And this is going to be the first of a series of videos in which we're going to pit one MMO against World of Warcraft, which in my opinion is the best MMO that is out on the market, classic and retail. And we're going to see how each MMO can hold up against World of Warcraft. Hopefully we can find some hidden gems within the MMO ecosystem, or maybe every other MMO is just trash. Find out with me, and let's start this video. What's up, y'all? It's me, King Slick, and today we're going to be doing a review on Black Desert Online. We're going to be going through character customization, leveling, community, PvE, PvP, endgame, and in the end we're going to go ahead and give it a rating and if it's better than World of Warcraft. Alright, so first we're going to start with character creation and customization. So in BDO there are 19 classes. Each class is gender locked and also race locked. So this can be a problem for anybody who wants to be a male ranger, or maybe a male shy, or a female ninja. But for some of the classes there are some opposites to what the class is. Like a ninja, you can also be kunoichi, but it's not really the same class at all. Especially once you get into the awakening, it's very different. So apart from classes, we're going to look at customization. In BDO, there's a huge amount of options on how you want your character to look. And compared to World of Warcraft, it's insane. This game is extremely customizable and the graphics are really good. So every single thing that you do with your body or your face, it makes a big difference. Not only can you change the character's look, you can also change their standing positions, their poses, how their face looks when they're standing. Yeah, there's so many options for customization in this game. So leveling in BDO. Leveling is extremely quick, especially if you already have a character past the cap, the soft cap, which is 56. Getting to 56 probably takes, if you're on a brand new character, it'll probably take 6 hours. If you're on a character that is an alt character, it's probably going to take you like 2 hours, probably less than that. They have so many XP buffs that you could probably get through that shit in like 1 hour. And not only that, but you can use your main character's armor. You can't use the gear, but you can buy it off the auction house and give it to your alt character so that they can level super fast. So leveling is actually pretty good in my opinion for BDO. The only problem is there's no hard cap. So once you get to 56, you want to get to like 60. That's when it takes a really long time. So getting to 60, if you have no XP buffs, or if you only have the 100% XP buffs or 200% XP for 1 hour, it's going to take you like days, like weeks. So a lot of these issues only come in after you've already hit the soft cap. And once you hit the soft cap of 56, you actually unlock your awakening weapon. What your awakening weapon is, it unlocks like a different type of combat for your class. Every class is different. So for instance, if you're a tamer, you're going to use a short sword before awakening. You're going to use a short sword and you're going to use a incense. Okay? But once you get your awakening, you're going to use what's called a bow staff, and you'll get a lot of elemental damage. So after 56, you get a lot of more interesting gameplay within it. Community in BDO. Let's just use one word. Stupid, dude. So, luckily, so it's lucky that you don't have to talk to these people very much, because it seems like just spurging out all the goddamn time. But unluckily, it affects the game in what I would say is a negative. If you want to play with somebody, there's no like real direct way to play with someone except for like farming mobs. That's it. You can farm gold and you can grind mobs with somebody else. But other than that, there's not that much stuff you can do with like your friends and groups outside of PvP. But in the community, there are some helpful people, as you can go to the forums and you can see what people are saying. There'll be some people that are helping, but there's discords created to help people with their classes, and that's really good. But when you get actually in game, you will see people shit posting about all kinds of things. Everybody's trying to bait for troll, but they're not really funny, and actually a lot of the stuff they say is just really fucking stupid or just misrepresenting information. Just generally, you want to avoid the conversations they have in the general chat. So, PvE in Black Desert Online. This is probably the biggest failing of Black Desert. If you want to play a game that has dungeons, raids, these kinds of things like endgame PvE, you will not have any of that. They have bosses, but they're buggy as shit. They're not fun. Generally, you will die for some shit that you don't even understand what happened. It happens so much. And the reason why you don't understand is not because they're unclear. It's because the servers lag so much that you will not be able to see the shit. Perhaps if the servers were not so laggy, you might possibly be able to see what happens. But even then, I would say it's questionable. Even when it's not laggy, like for instance, you're fighting a normal mob or a vicious mob, you will find that a lot of their stuff is totally unclear. You can see sometimes that it's charging an attack, but sometimes it won't even show that, and you'll just get a charging attack that you could not even see. So they need help with their PvE. Now that said, I will not say that PvE grinding is unenjoyable. I actually like to go and grind like Bashims, Poly's Forest. These things are actually pretty fun to do, in my opinion. PvP. This is the main focus of this game. And PvP in BDO is really fun, at least at the beginner level. But once you get to the high range level, the server lag and input delay is a huge turnoff for a lot of people. So there are other things like dueling. Dueling is quite fun. If you get in a duel with somebody, generally the game represents attacks very well. There's some desync, but it's generally pretty fun to do 1v1 dueling. Even small skirmishes are actually pretty fun, but once you get to late game, some of it can be your class doesn't matter as much, because you'll be doing things like using the shotguns to open up the gates in sieges or doing other things like that. Generally, I would say that the PvP is really good. They have arenas as well. I haven't played those, and the red battlefield is quite fun too, but it's very laggy. Endgame in BDO. Okay, so I'm going to explain exactly what you do in Endgame. You're going to grind the shit out of mobs for hours, and I mean hours. Every day, you're going to do at least 1 hour, okay? You should be doing that. If you want to stay competitive, that's what you should be doing. Not only that, you have to do life skills. And the life skills are actually pretty fun. This is the same thing as like professions in World of Warcraft, but they go much more in depth, and they're actually pretty fun. I think WoW could take a few lessons from BDO's life skilling. So there are quite a few different life skilling. I'll name a few: cooking, alchemy, fishing, what else? Processing. These things it's pretty cool. I like it. Unfortunately, a lot of these professions are tied to things that you have to buy on the Real Cash shop. So after you do all of that, which you have to do daily, so you can make enough silver to buy whatever you want to buy. You also will be enhancing your gear. Enhancing your gear is what made me want to stop playing this game in the first place. You will put in like probably billions of silver worth of enhancement reagents to enhance your gear. But if you fail, you go back. You lose progress if you fail. Let's say you have a duo Kazarka and you want to go try. So you're going to use the sharp stone and you're going to hope. But the chances with first you have to get fail stacks, which increase your chances, but it never gets over, like, I think for try, it never gets over 20%. So you're going to try that, and 20% is still pretty fucking low to get there. But if you fail that, you go back to pry. Unfortunately, that means you lose all of the reagents that you had. Unless you use cron stones, which are pretty expensive on their own, cron stones protect the enhancement level that you're at, so you won't actually go back. This is not even talking about how you have to repair. By going and grinding the most boring content, you have to get scrolls. And with these scrolls, you have to kill a bunch of monsters, and they drop memory fragments, which are the only viable way to fix your legendary weapons and gear. Enhancement in this game is just RNG hell. It doesn't feel good. There's nothing fun about it to me. Apart from that, in Endgame, you're probably going to be focusing on PvP. So there are rifts and other things like that, which is node wars and sieges. But node wars are pretty fun. A node war is a guild versus guild event where you fight over a minor area in the game called a node. A siege is a large guild versus guild event where two guilds will fight over control of a region. Outside of sieges and node wars, I know of people doing duels and also focusing on life skills in their endgame characters. So how does BDO stand up against World of Warcraft? So first, let's start with customization and character creation. I would give BDO a big ol' 8 out of 10. If they wouldn't have gender lock and race lock, then I would give them a whole 10 out of 10 because their customization is amazing. Actually amazing. It feels as if you can show yourself and be how you want in the game. When it comes to community, I would say that BDO gets a 5 out of 10. You can say that this is because of the toxic nature of the people in chat, as well as the lack of really helpful information that you can find in-game based on the community. You can find some information on the forums or in Reddit. Inside of the game, there's not that much you can find. For PvE, I will give a 3 out of 10. Every place where you encounter monsters where you have to grind does not have a huge difference to it, other than visual difference. They don't really use abilities that you can really feel the impact of, and generally you're just going to be doing the same rotation over and over again. When it comes to bosses, it doesn't feel like there's anything cool about them, nothing really unique. You have to dodge a couple of abilities, but this is to the detriment, because the servers can't handle the load of everybody fighting these monsters. Not to mention that the only reason to do PvE content is for the loot. It's not fun, nobody is engaged by it. It's only for loot. When it comes to PvP, I feel like this is the strongest point in the game. I will give the PvP in Black Desert an 8 out of 10. Because of the good combat style and generally good display of mechanics, the game is relatively fun when it comes to PvP. However, because of the shit servers, you might have a horrible experience because of the server lag and also the desync. For Endgame, I'll give this a 6 out of 10 because of the lack of variety of things that you will be doing on a daily basis. You are going to be grinding, you're going to be spending silver, you are going to be life skilling, and possibly you're going to kill boss monsters, but you don't even have to do that. Outside of that, you will be PvPing most likely. So, is BDO better than WoW? No, because the variety of things that you have on offer to do at Endgame is not very high. You also have problems with the server, you have huge cash shop, and that's a big problem for a lot of players, especially Western players. Not only that, but the RNG systems are out of control, and this can cause a lot of players to disengage. Is BDO as good as WoW? Not in my opinion, no. But is it worth trying? Yes, I would say it is. Especially right now because they have the 4th anniversary event going on right now where you can get a bunch of free XP as well as a bunch of other free stuff. So if you're going to try it, now is a good time. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope everybody liked it. If you liked it, give me a like. If you didn't like it, give me a dislike. Subscribe to me if you want to see more content like this. Comment down below if you disagree with what I say. But remember, everything I'm saying is subjective, it's not objective, okay? Go and follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/kingslick. Follow me on Twitter, same thing, Kingslick on Twitter. And everybody, have a good day. See ya.